already that, the sun, like Hava mentioned, is bringing it out more. So, I think those are great suggestions. Hava, can you give us a couple of remedies, herbs, or salves that you use or suggest, or a recipe that someone can make on their own for either cancerous or non-cancerous moles and, different type of skin cancers, if they're not too deep? We do want, it's by case, people. We want you to understand that you can't do it for something that's too deep in the body. It does need to be removed completely.
Right. Amazing. So I have a couple things pop out now in my mind, because it's such a amazing topic. We can speak all day long and we'll never finish it. But there's certain things. First of all, problem acidity, right? Acidity, that's what brings the problems. Body's too acidic, so we kind of have to try to bring it to the balance. And I found that taking okay, so again, it's individual, but it will help with many people. It will not harm you. Okay, taking baking soda, a quarter teaspoon in a half cup of warm water by the morning before you are eating or drinking something, that will bring your pH balance into the normal. So that I would suggest for some people who are having skin issues. That's a kind of quick detoxifier. It's not a solution for all, but it's a good beginning to try to bring in your body to some sort of a normal pH, because the disease begins when we have a problem or too alkaline or too acidic. So we have to kind of work to bring the body into the balance. And one of those is, I found, the soda. Soda water is absolutely incredible. And you might think that's crazy. Why you never spoke about that? Well, because I usually don't speak things that I don't try on myself. And if I try something then and I see that there is something into it, and by learning more about the topic, then I allow myself to spew this stuff. But so soda is important, and make sure that you get a good baking soda. We're talking about not a seltzer soda, but a baking soda. So try this in the morning and see how you are feeling. Do you have more energy? Do you feel that your body kind of no more acidity? Do you feel like more, I would say your skin gets kind of more, there is something happening in the body when you consume soda. Now, I'm not suggesting to taking this now from now for 20 years, but at least for a month, you can try. It will not harm you. Another thing that I would suggest is a clay. Clay is absolutely incredible, and it's wonderful to do a clay bath. Or if you cannot get into the clay bath, or then go by the ocean side, but the clean side, not where there is needles and all this. I'm sorry to say, all the drug addicts. Here we have plenty.
But even our ocean right now in California, on our side of the coast, at least, there's a ton of oil. And
I
so,
know,
yeah, it's really hard to.
it's kind of hard to say, but I think
Yeah.
lakes in Oregon and different areas, you can, let's say, I bring a wonderful clay by the name Golden Clay. It's absolutely incredible. It is in a golden color, something that we rarely see here. And this clay is incredible to apply over your skin, apply over your liver, apply over the areas where you see those skin tags. Again, we're going to treat the area where the body tells you, here, listen, under the boobs, you have too much brown dots. Okay, that means you have a toxins. Let's treat these areas. Okay, so clay, my favorite. You just mix it with some water and you apply over the area, and then cover it with the plastic, and then cover it with something to keep it on. So that's another wonderful way. Like I would suggest go by the if you can travel to Israel, go into the mud bath. If you travel to Europe, go to these heating places where they have this. I don't know if we have here. I didn't explore much. We do. So go those areas where you can soak your body into
hot springs.
Very well. And it's absolutely incredible and healing. The next thing I would suggest is this, my favorite skin cleanse thing that I do. It's absolutely
Vodka.
incredible. It's in the vodka. Vodka is a preservative, but it's absolutely incredible. And I prepared this in my class. You see, there's a settlement there. It's just a combination of minerals and vodka. I can mention few just to teach people. So it's about, I use a fossil shell inside. It's absolutely incredible. So you just get a vodka.
Like diatomaceous earth?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yes. So you basically get, let's say, half bottle of vodka, drink the top if you and just
Yeah.
pile up inside.
Mommy's
That's
little
the
helper.
Peruski coming out in her, the Peruski.
The paruski, but I never actually drink vodka
I know,
myself.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But no, I'm just joking. Okay, so the fossil shell you would just dump inside. Then you dump about 2 tablespoons of baking soda. Then you put inside 2 tablespoons of MSM, which is a sulfur, right? That will help to soothe the skin. Then you add soleil salt solution. Here again, the minerals. It's absolutely incredible. And then you add on top of it, you can add iodine inside if you want to, but not necessarily. And then you have one of the most powerful solutions to clean your body. And it's incredible. You can clean your face with it. You can clean your body. And as I mentioned last time, you just, after the shower, when you think that you scrubbed yourself, just take this, put it on the towel, and start scrubbing yourself again. And you'll see how much toxins we still have. So that's another one. Open the pores, the clay, the charcoal, and then what a few other things I have. Okay, slippery elm as a poultice is incredible, right? Slippery elm is soothing. It's incredible. You can use in combination. Dr. Schultz actually was using combination of slippery elm and clay, and I think he used golden seal, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. And he would put them on the areas where people had the cancers. And the slippery elm is absolutely incredible. And I witnessed the slippery elm powder miracle when there was one case of one woman who was lying in a bed, and because of that she got severe ulcers on the skin. It was so bad. There was no diaper creams and zinc, whatever they would apply, it would just become sores, so painful sores. So the best thing that I suggest is just take a slippery elm and apply over those areas, and slippery elm fed those areas, and her skin healed absolutely beautifully. So yeah, herbs are incredible and they can do so much. Other things that I would suggest: garlic. Oh, don't forget about the
On a
garlic.
cancerous, like on skin cancer, garlic, or internally?
Internally and externally, the garlic is antibacterial and antifungal, right? So that's what is the cancer? It's some sort of a fungi, some
Right.
sort of a parasite.
Not press it where the juices get on it, because then you can burn your skin, correct?
Yeah, well, I never suggest applying garlic straight. It can be a garlic oil or can be
Okay.
garlic tincture.
I want to make
And-
sure, because I made the mistake one time of doing that to my child and I burned their skin so badly.
Okay, there's one more herb that are popping: chaparral.
Oh, yeah.
Chaparral. Oh my gosh, the chaparral is incredible, and I used also on my dog. And chaparral, I think it's one of the most incredible, but you really have to be careful to know how to use it, because it is a strong detoxifier by the end, similar to maybe to the red, the blood, right? The one that you use,
Blood
the
red.
raisin. But chaparral is incredible, yeah.
Oh, the
So
resin. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's what I would suggest. And the castor oil packs are incredible too.
Love you.
Castor oil packs should be used, obviously, not what Amazon and all the advertisers and Queen of on Thrones are suggesting, which is the application without heat. This is just ridiculous. I don't know what
Overnight.
this is.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people who are doing that, and they just walking tired the whole entire
What
day.
are they doing? What?
They're just applying this. Okay, so many
A
years ago,
castor oil patch.
Oh, the whole
And
castor oil.
the casserole
extravaganza.
pack, it become a whole heat. And it's very interesting that in America people suddenly learn something, and doesn't matter if it applies to you, everybody rush to do it.
That's
Oh
But
my
nobody
God,
really
it's so true.
learning about the basics. It's like they don't understand. You have to use, again, common sense. You can't just use it and from, oh, I realize I have to clean my liver, so now I'm going to work 24/7 with this liver pack on my liver. Do you know what? First of all, you don't do nothing in
You
the
know,
one
I've known people who've done that, and then their liver enzymes go out of, way up. It's like, and I just want to rant for a second. I can always tell when something goes through the ethers because someone comes in the shop and, parasites is one. It's like everyone,
right.
we have to do the parasite thing. It's like, okay, that's fine. You may or may not, but let's assess the situation before you just start throwing anti-parasitics. I had a client that did that. Now her gut's all screwed up. It's like,
Right.
but then there's the AI, which is an issue.
Oh my gosh.
It's like AI Oprah is touting people go on quercetin, mountain root, and
Someone
berberine
asked me
for
about
weight
quercetin
loss.
yesterday. Yeah.
I'm like, people
Really?
don't know what they're doing. They call me up and say, Oprah said this. And I said, what did Oprah say now? Like, she ought to just stick to books, okay? Just what did she say? And it's like this 3 thing for weight loss. I said, look, berberine is not a plant, it's a constituent, and it can really throw off your gut microbiome. So you might want to consider something else for weight loss, like dump the sugar, I mean, all right, end rant, but it's like people want to put something in their
Mic
body
dropped.
instead of taking something away. It's like, okay,
Right.
I'm done.
Right. No, but
Right.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful that people open to learn.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
It's
you
not open
really
to
have
learn.
to
It's willing to follow. That's the issue. And I
maybe,
think,
yes,
yeah,
that's why
it's willing to follow
so many
without
people fall as a
any
trap
regard to their health.
at the
Right.
COVID time. It just shows you how the generation is so low and
It's gimmicky. It's so much gimmick
Yeah.
stuff. Just,
I
And,
know, and as more fancy, and just today I had this. One of the members sent me a message of someone who posted on Instagram that the Ziploc bags are cancerous, dangerous, and we have to throw them out. So now, how we're gonna do the charcoal poultice? Like, I understand that we all want to strive on the social media. We all want to put something out there, but repeating the same ideas without really helping people, and just all the time this fear, get away from this, get away from, so people don't no longer have a solution, just have this fear, and then by the end we don't gain nothing from it just by scaring people. Stay away, stay away,
and
stay
it
away, stay
confuses
away.
people.
Oh,
People
come
are
on. So
confused.
Ziploc, mix it in a Ziploc with some water and charcoal and a cold. Nobody puts hot soup inside. Yes, if you put hot soup, you obviously already know that you're doing something incorrectly because it will sting, it will smell. But these simple things, and so it's just like we become a culture that no longer think, but just a culture of followers. Just let's follow. It doesn't matter whoever's jumping and whoever's spewing whatever they spew.
And it's people spewing stuff that, in my opinion, some people are educated and have, the experience to do it. But then there's people like, and I know, okay, maybe it wasn't really Oprah. They're using her likeness, whatever. But someone famous said to do it, and so we do it without actually looking. And this is what I say all the time. It's like, I'm here in my community holding space for people who want to learn about this stuff. But they would prefer, a lot of times they're fed this information from social media, and then they want to self-medicate without really knowing what they're doing. And a lot of people come to me and say, what do you think about this? Which is great. I love it when people do that because they want to be educated. Then there's a whole bunch of other people that just have all this stuff in their cabinets that are half done, half, powders and pills and stuff that they took for 3 days and go, oh, I didn't get anything out of that. So they waste all this money, so there's so much of that going on. It's like, oh, this spiel, then I'm going to sell you something. If you really want to find a pathway to health, then you'll consult with somebody that has experience, but really like you've got to research this stuff before you put it in your body, because you could be on certain medications, you could have an adverse reaction because you have an allergy to something that you didn't realize was that something you're allergic to that's in the product, you know, and things like that. So another rant, I know, but it's like this is what we're doing this for, right? So people
Exactly.
learn. Yeah.
Right.
And
I
I'm
mean,
I'm so grateful for that we are here together and we're trying to educate. It's like my dream come true that you have something to give, and I'm with my broken English trying to give something from my side. And thank you for Nicole giving her time. And
Absolutely.
it's just you know what we do. We're just trying to give you what we see and from our hearts. I mean, we're just sending the information your way. You continue from there.
Right.
right.
Let's
And
do
even not to discredit anything that any of you guys have ever suggested, but whatever has been suggested here, please do the research on it, because just because someone said something doesn't mean you have to follow it. We are giving you knowledge that has been